Topic: Basic formulas. Excel uses PEMDAS to solve formulas, as you already have learned before. In this case, John is planning to make a trip to Cancun and he has 14,600 pesos. Here we have all the expenses he's gonna do, he's gonna have on his trip. So these are the concepts, the quantity for each one, and the estimated price for each one. So we need to calculate the total per each item. In this case, we need just to multiply the quantity times the unit price. And this applies for each one of the concepts. So we can just copy the formula and Excel is gonna adjust the reference of the cells. Now, his total budget is 22,970 pesos, meaning he's planning to spend more money than he actually has. But how much is this specifically? So we need to subtract the money he has minus the expenses he's planning on doing. This parenthesis means this money is negative, or he's running out of this money, so he needs more money. He wants to go on this trip. But what if he takes Chichen Itza tour and gives out from the budget? How much will be he missing? So in order to get that, we need to subtract several things. For example, he has 14,600 pesos minus the total expenses, but we are taking out the Chichen Itza trip and the gifts. The gift is 26, right? Yes. So now he needs less money, but still he cannot go. Now what if he takes out all the tours? So again, he has 14,600 pesos minus the total expenses, but then we need to take out all the tours, including the expenses for rentals, because he's not doing these trips anymore. So now he's missing only 800 pesos. Perhaps he can go on this trip after all. Now we need to also learn something about taxes. How do we calculate taxes? Let's start. We have this clothing company, the sales in pieces or units, and also the unit price in dollars. To calculate the tax, we just need to multiply the price times the percentage of the taxes. So it's going to be equal the price times the 8.6% of the tax. Now we need to calculate the unit price with tax, so we just need to add them. It's going to be equals the original price plus the tax. Now we get the new price including the tax. To get the final sales, we need to multiply the pieces sold and the unit price with tax. Let's do this. It's going to be equal to the sales in pieces times the unit price with tax, and we add. Now since we need to use only formulas, we have to sum one by one, because we cannot still use the functions, the basic functions. As you can see, Excel is using a different color every time I add another item. But the good thing is that I can just copy paste the formula and Excel is gonna adjust the cells. I'm gonna just copy the format of money to this cell. Now we have this information about the students and their grades. First, they are asking us to calculate the 3 periods average. In this case, they are equally important. So we can use the simple average, in which all the elements have the same importance. So we need to add them, and by PEMDAS we need to enclose the sum in parentheses to do it first, and then divide it by 3. Divided by 3 meaning that each element has the same importance, okay, like having a 33% multiplying each one of the grades. So let's do this. Equals, open parenthesis, the grade of the first period plus the grade of the second period plus the grade of the third period. Close the parenthesis and then divide it by the 3 elements. It's very important that you always remember to use the parenthesis or your answer is going to be wrong. Okay, now about the final grade. It's asking us to get the final grade considering that they have different importance. For example, the 3 periods average is going to have an importance of 60%, and the final exam is going to have an importance of 40%. And always the sum of the importance is going to be 100%. So it's like we need to multiply the 3 periods average times the 60% plus the final exam grade times the 40%. Then we add them and we get the weighted average. Let's do it. So equals, open parenthesis if you like, the grade of the 3 periods average times the 60% of importance, and then plus parenthesis the final exam, which is G15 times the 40% of importance. We close it. Okay. So it's times 99.2. So the only difference is that each grade was affected or multiplied by its corresponding importance, while on the weighted average all the grades have the same importance.